Yimla, and how you know you have by Shim, you have a shah, Mashiach, Wamalaki, by Shim, Hawawak, Takurash, Rakathum, Wada Baba Bawa, Kwam Yasharala. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of great millstone, teach us daily. To the men out there teaching the likewise doctrine, I say to you, Shalom. Today we're going to get into what they're doing in San Francisco right now. They're offering the jab for the monkey business to Black people, so-called Black people and prostitutes, but they're not offering it to so-called white people. Now, if your little something ain't right radar don't go off with that alone, you just gonna get took, because I mean, they done did this so many times, man. I mean, it's just been played out. It done got old. They offering certain things to certain ethnicities of people, but not others. So what does that tell you, man? Does that not tell you, that does not set off a red flag that something's in that jab that they want to deliver only to so-called Black people? Now, it's no secret that these people are trying to depopulate. It's no secret. It's no secret who's behind this. Esau, Edom, and them Amalekites, them fake Jews over there, the you-ish people, like the elders say, because they wish they was us, but they're not. You wish. So yeah, we done peeped you, man. You done played out Amalek. You and your granddaddy Esau, y'all done played out with your lies. People can see through it, because we've been telling y'all this for years, starting from the apostles and the elders on down to the brothers. But without further ado, let me see if I got a scripture to bring out before we get into this. I got an article. It's not a video, it's an article. Let me see. Psalms chapter 21, verse 11. For they intended evil against thee, they imagined a mischievous device which they will not be able to perform. Now, that's pertaining to the elect, those who the Lord wants. The rest of y'all, alphabet people, the sodomites, the pedos, all the people that's drunk off the wine of Babylon, you just gonna be slaughtered, man. That's all it is. I mean, these doors are closing. You're running out of time to come back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And this is for the Israelites, so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, and Hispanics. And the confusion of face, the speckled birds out there. But let's get into this article real quick. Now, it says, San Francisco says no to monkey business jab for straight white people, but jabs are free if you are Black or a prostitute. So, they ain't setting you up for nothing, is it? Let's read a little list. In order to qualify for a monkey business jab in San Francisco, one must not be heterosexual or have white skin, according to the San Francisco Department of Public Health. An official government flyer spotted in the city's South of Market neighborhood explains that participants in the monkey business jab program must belong to one of the following priority populations: Black, indigenous people, those are the Indians. People of color, see, they always name people of color. Now, who are people of color? The Israelites. Gay, bisexual, transgender, or a current sex worker of any gender or orientation. I thought prostitution was illegal. I guess Esau, I mean, it's no secret Esau does not follow his own laws. He'll enforce the law on who he wants. But if he don't want to enforce the law on you, he's just gonna turn the other way like he ain't see nothing. That's how biased this dude is, man. That's why this place gonna fall. Because he serves justice when he feel likes it, not when it's necessary. Let me see if I can find this scripture real quick. Let me try one more thing. I don't see it. I might come across it. It's cool. What else you got? An official government flyer spotted in the cities. Okay, we already read that. The San Francisco Department of Public Health also tweeted an image on the flyer, see below, that clearly markets monkey business jabs to San Francisco's fetish-driven population, referencing a leather and LGBTQ pop-up event, whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? But it says, as part of our efforts to make the monkey business jab available to those who need it, San Francisco Department of Public Health will be partnering with Feather Dis something to give monkey business jabs to eligible attendees tonight. Now, isn't that not discrimination? You giving it to some people, all of them need it, but you giving it to some and not everybody. See, that's Esau once again. He can't get past color. See, he can't. His brain won't let him process anything beyond color. It won't happen. The Lord put that what is it? Perpetual hatred in him. He can't dodge it. He can't get past color for nothing. Yet he's the most intelligent man in the galaxy, in the universe. Yet him tell it. But you're too primitive to get past color. So what does that say about your intelligence? Now let's keep going. It says one apparent goal for these flyers is to enlarge the demographic that does not qualify for a monkey business prick in San Francisco. This would mainly be straight white people who are opposed to feel outraged that they are being excluded from eligibility. Right. I mean, it don't matter to me. I'm not taking nothing for nothing. But the people who need it, if this thing was real medicine, that would be discrimination. But the thing that's going on is Esau wants to inject the Israelites with something that's not going to be beneficial to them. Whatever's in that needle, you better stay away from it if you're an Israelite, because they didn't have time to tweak and perfect and everything else. And you notice they're not giving it to their own. So that should pop as a red flag to you. Well, let's get this is Job chapter 5, verses 12 and 13. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprises. He's taken the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the fraud is carried headlong. Meaning, all these little desperate attempts, the jab, the Israelites, man, the elect, they laughing at you because, I mean, your lies and your hypocrisy is played out, man. I mean, I know you ain't gonna sit down nowhere because that's why the Lord coming back. He got to make you stop because that's how stuck on stupid you are and believing this little master plan of yours. Whereas you're gonna jab all the Israelites, you're gonna take out all the Israelites, and then you just gonna be left to inherit our inheritance. That's not gonna happen because it's not written. Psalm chapter 33, verse 10. The Lord Yahweh bringeth the counsel to the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people to none effect. Job chapter 15, verse 35. They conceive mischief and bring forth vanity, in their belly prepare deceit. Good scripture. I got some more. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We already know what you're planning, bro. All these little diseases and whatnot coming out the blue, man. You working them people up in the CDC overtime, ain't you? I know they getting overtime. How many diseases and whatnot and little bugs they done put out? Because Esau and Amalek is desperate. They desperate to go into slavery because that's what's gonna happen. Proverbs chapter 21, verse 10, the soul of the wicked desireth evil. His neighbor findeth no favor in his eyes. Isaiah chapter 26, verse 10, that favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. This man will not do right. There's nothing you can do. There's nothing anybody can do to make this man do right because he was born to be the wicked. He's created to be the wicked. James chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Now watch, all this gonna change in a couple of weeks because they're gonna tweak the lie. That's all they do. They'll lie first, and then they'll wait on public response, and then they'll tweak the lie. That's all they've ever done. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. Bam, Esau. When he speaketh the lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. Anytime this man try to present something to you that's beneficial or free, you better run. Psalm chapter 52, verse 2, the tongue devises of mischief, like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Psalm chapter 94, verse 20, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law. He just want to give it to the Israelites. He feeling generous today. He never gave us nothing. Working overtime trying to keep us at the bottom, but now you want to give us something. And something coming out of a syringe, and we supposed to trust that. How many times that done backfired on us? Trusting the government to give you something free from a syringe. You better run, man. Job chapter 13, verse 4. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. Physician means doctor. Doctor means to falsify. 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called. They'll make up something, call it science, which is a lie, because that's the only way they can get you to believe it, to present it as being science and not a lie, not something that Esau wants you to have that'll be detrimental to you, but beneficial to him. Esau ain't gonna never give you nothing beneficial for you if you're an Israelite. That's why he's shaking in his boots now. Some making him move like this. He's scared of something, and that something is Yahweh Shai. Esau knows the scriptures just as well as we do. That's why he will not come up against us with these scriptures, because he knows that we know that he's a liar. Now, let's get some more of this article right here. It says, keep in mind that this is more than likely reverse psychology, not to mention reverse racism. What is reverse racism, y'all? Explain that to me. What is reverse racism? So if I hear an Edomite saying some racial things like calling black people monkeys or something like that, then I call him a racist for saying that. And then he say something else and try to incite reverse racism. See, the term reverse racism is a defense mechanism for Esau. Just like that term anti-Semitic. These are terms used to control narratives and to win arguments. That's it. It says, keep in mind that this is more likely than reverse psychology, not to mention reverse racism. See, all are these are little devices Esau uses to win arguments and control narratives. That's it. Because he don't want the truth to come out. He don't want you to know the truth. Aimed at creating artificial demand for the jabs among straight white people who otherwise might not want any more emergency jabs. See, that's a lie right there. No, this thing has an agenda behind it. I mean, they're not going through all this just to piss off straight white people. No, they have something in store for Israelites. Ain't nobody gonna put all this money into just pissing off straight white people. No. See how they're trying to twist it? They're trying to throw you off with another lie. That's all Esau does. So he's basically claiming that the reason they're not offering this to straight white people is to incite reverse psychology and reverse racism. Who wastes their time like that? Who wastes their money like that? No. Well, I'm gonna create a jab for just the black people and the prostitutes. So, but I'm not gonna give it to the straight white people because I want to piss them off. Here go my billions of dollars to piss them off. That does not happen. They throwing you off. They don't want you to know the truth of the matter. They got something in them needles for you Israelites. That's what the truth is. But they trying to play it off like this, trying to piss somebody off. Esau, stop it, man. By making it seem like homosexual blacks and sex workers are getting medicine. You see, they got the term medicine in quotation marks. That normal people do not have access to the powers that are being that are that be what? Let me start over. By making it seem like homosexual blacks and sex workers are getting medicine that normal people do not have access to, the powers that be are playing mind games with the masses. Yeah, they've been playing with y'all since 1776. To be honest, they done dumbed y'all down to the point where y'all believe anything they say, and then they got you too lazy to investigate anything. So you just gonna run with whatever they say. Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, Yahweh, for I am rich. And their own shepherds pity them not. Now, pay attention to the first part of this scripture, whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. Just like Bill Gates with these GMO mosquitoes. It's issuing out jabs without your consent. But the way Esau looks at things, well, if they don't know, then I'm not guilty. Oh, yes, you are, because somebody does know. How about Shimmy Howard shot? If I can lie my way out of this, I'm not guilty. The thing is, you can't charge GMO mosquitoes for murder, but you can charge the one who created it. Not that it's gonna happen in this land. Why? Because of Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, covered the faces of the judges thereof, not wearing who is he? See all these little schemes he got? This man that pours in the water, he pours it in the air, he pours it in the food, giving you fake food, created a pandemic, created inflation. And now he's trying to pick a war with Russia. He wants a war. He just don't want to start the war, so he can say that Putin started it and make Putin out to be the bad guy. But who doing all this stuff on the low behind closed doors, poking the bear? United States and NATO. You might well say the United States because the United States runs 80% of NATO. So it's the United States. They don't want to say it, but everybody knows who behind all this stuff that just happens and don't nobody know why. It's Esau. That's got Esau name all over it. Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policy also shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. Yeah, through his policy, he caused craft to prosper. Well, this is how we're going to get it to the blacks and the Israelites, but we're not going to give it to the straight white people because he got something in that needle for y'all to take you out, if not mess you up, sterilize you. Ain't no telling what's in these needles. Esau is not an honest person. He's a man of no integrity. And he's desperate to hold on to his birthright. But you already lost it, bro. You just sold that. You done. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 10. I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. Everybody robbed except him. Everybody get robbed except him. There ain't no coincidence. He the one doing the robbing. Luke chapter 8, verse 17. And this is the red letter, so this is Yahweh Shai speaking. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither is anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. That's why all his little secrets and all little wicked doings, activities he's been doing and coming in light. All right, what else has got in this article here? Check this out. They did the same thing back in 2020 by having the media report that wealthy celebrities were cutting in front of the line for scarce Wuhan jabs. See, they just lie, man. I mean, it's ridiculous how these people lie. That's why Obadiah chapter 1, verse 2 reads like it reads. Behold, I have made thee small amongst the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. Who wants to be around somebody that constantly lies about little shit, petty shit, anything? That's why they're going to be greatly despised. Ain't nobody going to want to deal with you. Psalms chapter 52, verse 2. Thy tongue devises mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfully. Verse 3. Thou lovest evil more than good, and lying rather than to speak righteousness, say lie. Now it says they did the same thing back in 2020 by having the media report that wealthy celebrities were cutting in front of the line for scarce C-19 jabs. The purpose of those stories was to make ordinary people upset that the rich were supposedly being prioritized for a life-saving drug. This drove many to rush out and get the jab the moment their name was called, believing that they were lucky, see, to have been chosen for the miracle treatment. See how Esau played these little games on your mind, these little mind games? Once again, the government is manipulating the masses with monkey business jabs by playing race and gender games. San Francisco is often ground zero for this type of insanity. but you can be sure that they will try this same tactic elsewhere in time. Do not fall for it. Frankly, as a straight white male, I'm greatly relieved that they've reserved their latest unsafe and ineffective jab for the population segment society that would be better off without, wrote a commentator about the ridiculous flyers. The free jab is probably as lethal as the COVID jab. See? So it is possible that they know this. They're trying to cull the POC/LBGT. Speculated another about the true intent behind the program. No free poison for white people. Added someone else to the conversation. We'll be curious to see if people would see that more honest headline in a positive light. Many others pointed out that straight white people have no risk for monkey business since it appears to be an LGBT disease, and possibly one that only affects people who got jabbed for the C, as monkey business is a potential adverse event. Whether they draw the line on the exact percentage of melanin needed to be considered white. Asked another jokingly. What if I spent more time in the sun? Would that qualify? See? I mean, just ridiculous, man. I mean, this man cannot get past color. His primitive base man state won't allow him. That's why he's called the base man. Bottom of the barrel as far as humans, because to be a human, you have to have hue, melanin, pigments. So, Esau. So, what qualifies you to be white in this case? Because you don't go by you are of your father's seed. So, what determines if you're white? What if you have a black father, but you have no melanin? You look like you're Edomite, but you're actually an Israelite. See, Esau has no way of determining that because he wants what he wants. If you got melanin, he wants you to take his poison. If you don't have melanin, because see, and you could basically take this all the way back to Roe versus Wade. Remember when they blocked that abortion, them abortion laws? This is one of the reasons. They want their numbers to catch up with everybody else's because their numbers, as far as population, has suffered because of opioid pandemics, because of Esau pushing feminism, go get your career before you start a family. And number three, he pushing the LGBT rainbow agenda. Now, if two men get married, they're not producing any children. If two women get married, they're not producing any children. This is not a lifestyle. This is a death style because life does not come from this. Death and disease does. That's why it's called a death style. So years and years and years, Esau pushes people to be gay and be with their same sex. Their population has suffered. So in order to try to rebalance the scales, he wants to take out the Israelites. But like the scripture says, the Israelites shall be counted as the sand of the sea and cannot be measured, roughly paraphrasing. So we can't be counted. It's just that many of us. The book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 10, never trust thine enemy, for like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Verse 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, And thou shalt know that his rust have not all been altogether wiped away. You gonna know he's still wicked after you get that jab. If he mess you up or you die, you gonna know. Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he has overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest seek to take thy seat. For thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. So if you don't remember these words, Esau gonna get you. You're gonna be pricked. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Ecclesiasticus, Salaki. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten by a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Meaning, if you a charmer and you get bit by a snake, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. But you shouldn't have been playing with the snake. And it's the same situation. You playing with Esau and them needles, you playing with a snake. If he bites you, nobody gonna feel sorry for you because we told you not to go down there and let him bite you with this jab. But no, you believe Esau. You believe your enemy rather than your own people. So that's why you gonna get bit. Oh, this is a good one right here. This is Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 17. If adversity comes upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. Meaning, whenever it's a new disease come out, he already know about it. He got a name picked out for it and everything. Even if you go to him for treatment and he mess you up, he ain't gonna admit he messed you up. He gonna blame it on some type of disease with a big name, $1 million name that nobody's ever heard of. That's what it means by if adversity comes upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. How you know all about this already if it just came out and nobody knows what it is, but you got all the information? It ain't because you created it, is it? I think it is. What else it says? And though he pretend to help thee, yet shall he undermine thee. You don't believe that? Ask all these people that died from the jab that they refuse to acknowledge. Let's see what else he got. I think. Let's see. 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 16, but shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase to more ungodliness. Profane and vain babblings, all the $1 million scientific words Esau just pull out his ass, profane and vain babblings. He wants to make himself sound intelligent so that you would trust him. Sirach chapter 13, verse 4. If thou be for his profit, he will use thee. But if thou hast nothing, he will forsake thee. See? He don't want to take out his own, he want to take out us. But he only gonna get the ones that the Lord don't want. Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, cursed be the man that trusts in man and maketh flesh his arm. Meaning you gonna trust another man to save you, and whose heart departed from the Lord Yahweh. So if you trust Esau and you have no faith in the Lord, you pretty much done. Esau ain't gonna save nobody. How Esau gonna save somebody? He can't even save himself. He about to go into captivity, but he gonna save you. He gonna give you this monkeypox jab so you can go back to being wicked, a wicked sodomite. What kind of sense that even make? Psalm chapter 31, verse 18, let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. Oh, we got Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. The instruments also of the churl, mean-spirited person, aka Esau, are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the poor speak it right. Psalm chapter 37, verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just and masheth upon him with his teeth. Teeth means great force. It don't have to be a gun, because them needles are just as deadly as a bullet. We can get this one, then we can close out. This is the rest of Esther in the Apocrypha, chapter 13, verse 5. Seeing then we understand that his people alone is continually in opposition unto all men, differing in the strange manner of their laws and evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can so that our kingdom may not be firmly established. That's why they only got it for you, you black sodomites. But that's what you are. You're black. You're not Israelites. And you know who created black people? Same people who created niggas. Esau. So yeah, he got you. Esau got you right where he wants you. And that's going against the Lord. So you can be taken out with him. That's Esau's whole thought process. If I can't rule the world, nobody can. So I'm gonna take out as many as I can with me. I'm gonna bring down as many as I can so that they won't be over me. But bruh, you're doing too much. All this stuff you're doing is for nothing because it's written you going into captivity. And the way things going, the way you keep poking the bear, that war coming and your captivity coming as well. So Esau, Edom, Amalek, keep doing what you're doing, baby. You're doing a fantastic job. Destroying this country. And now you about to make all your allies come against you to bomb you. Good job, Joe Biden. Everybody involved, all the Edomites and Amalekites involved. Y'all doing a wonderful job. Keep on destroying the country, baby. Call Allah Imla, Lahaya Nawa Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, wa Malaki by Shem, Abra Wap, Kakorash, Warakathum, Wara Baba Bawa, Kwam Yasharala, Shalom.